Finally, a Roblox game that I genuinely sat down and enjoyed. And it was actually good in every regards of the word good. And getting straight into it, the game I'm talking about is Voxlblade. Now, Voxlblade is an old Roblox game that was around before, which I didn't get to play, that closed down because it died, and that's only because the developers stopped updating it. And now it is back. I'm gonna call it Voxlblade Revamped. The developers have been working on it, they revamped it, and they opened the game for 2 days. A free public stress test for 2 days. And I must say, it was quite literally the most fun I've had on Roblox since Deepwoken released. I'm still a noob when it comes to everything that Voxlblade is. Now, in terms of everything Voxlblade, information, gameplay, etc, I'm still a noob. It was literally my first time playing the game 3 days ago, ever. And that's probably part of the reason why I enjoyed it so much. It was so fresh, it was so new to me. And if I had to compare Voxlblade to a game, I would compare it to OG Rogue Lineage in terms of, you know, just how the game works. Like Rogue Lineage with good PvE content. Because if Rogue Lineage had good PvE content, I would say it would like, it's kind of like this game. But yeah, this video is mainly going to be about the reasons why I enjoyed Voxlblade as a noob. Let's get straight into it. I do want to thank AGZ Gang for forcing me to play this game, because I was literally about to end stream / play different games, and they're like, yo, Voxlblade released, you need to play it. I wasn't going to do it at first, but everyone kept saying it. We got on and I genuinely did not regret my decision whatsoever. Coming into the game, it kind of just felt vast and open. Like you spawned in a small town and there was no real dialogue. There was nothing holding your hand, kind of how I felt when first getting into Rogue Lineage. The only thing that was on the screen was the quest at the side of the screen. I'm pretty sure it was the main story quest, and obviously if you follow the main story quest, it'll kind of teach you the ropes of how to play the game. Going in, you have a bunch of different races, and each race have race passives that can benefit certain builds that you might be going for. Again, kind of like Rogue Lineage, you would go certain races, like let's say you're going Oni, you'd probably want to get Ashen, and things of that nature. Now, there's not a lot of hand-holding. Getting into the game, you could really just explore the whole map if you wanted to. There's literally nothing telling you to, hey, you have to do this quest. And I really like that. With a lot of RPG games, nowadays, they lock a lot of quests behind a level, or you need to be level 10 in order to do this, instead of just letting players do what they want to do. And that's kind of how you know if a game's abandoned me, if they're locking quests behind levels. So you weren't forced to go ahead and do the main story quest. You could do, if you could find quests, you could do them in any order you wanted to. You could probably be level 20 before you do the first story quest, if you wanted to do something like that. One of the main features I really did like about this game was actually killing monsters. Killing monsters, each monster dropped different types of loot. Usually it will be a chest piece, a head piece, and leggings. And each of those would give different stats and bonus stats and contribute to your character's progression, run speed, defense, etc. Depending on the type of mob you kill will depend on the type of stats you get with the armors that it drops. And not every 2 armor is the same. One of them might give a certain stat and not give another stat, or give more of a certain stat than the other armor. Each of the armors, there's a chance you might get an enchanted or a rare armor set from the mob that you kill. Even certain mobs have the chance to spawn in as corrupt, gold, I don't know what the gold tier mob is called, red, I'm pretty sure that's like blood moon influenced or something like that, and blue, I think it was blue at least. And then those have a chance to give you certain types of enchant. Bro, the game is good, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I love stuff like that. Again, it's like a real RPG, and that goes with damn near every mob in the game, from bosses to the bunnies that you can find at the towns. This game actually has a lot to it. On top of that, even the overworld has chances to sometimes get swallowed by the void, and strong void monsters will spawn, bosses, etc. When the blood moon comes up, mobs in the area or in the server will turn, like, I think it's blood moon, blood rage, blood enraged or something like that. This game has a lot to it. I can't really explain everything too well, because again, I am a noob when it comes to this Voxlblade stuff. I can only tell you what I experienced, and even with what I experienced, I'm still learning. I made a lot of mistakes, which I will not make when the main game comes out, and at least I kind of have an idea of how to progress, what to do to progress, etc. So the 2 days of the open stress test was actually really good for me. Even with the map, it's really big and you can traverse it. The main way you're traversing the lands is by running, and for some reason I had no problems with that. Having been a person that's played a lot of Roblox anime Demon Slayer games where you're running around forever in these big vast empty landscapes, Voxlblade did not have that same feeling to it. It definitely wasn't empty, and every zone had a unique, different, and actually quite exciting vibe to it. When you discovered a new place, you're kind of excited to find out what mobs would be there and what quests are there and how you can progress through this area. One place I really liked was the Tundra. Again, reminding me a lot about Rogue Lineage, because Rogue Lineage had Tundra as well. It was big, just like Rogue Lineage's one, and if you're out on the Tundra for too long without the appropriate gear on, you're gonna die just to being out there. It gets cold, you die to frostbite. And I love things like that. Genuinely, the game is super immersive. You feel like you're actually playing. Combat is very basic. I feel like it's easy to get into, hard to master. Again, the game does have PvP, but it wasn't implemented for the open test. The PvE's combat mechanics alone is enough to carry the game. Again, it's not anything like Deepwoken's combat where it's super intuitive and blah blah blah, but it works for the game, and you kind of still need to be mechanically good, or you're just gonna die to every mob you encounter. Mind you me, this game isn't easy. I would call it a roguelike game, so it may take you a while to actually get into, especially as a new player. Now, you guys heard roguelike game and probably got worried. Don't worry, when you die, you only lose EXP and money. But you don't want to lose money or EXP, so you do kind of want to avoid dying, because dying too many times, the small amount of EXP and money you lose will add up, trust me. Even through the way you progress through the game, the sword customization is really good. You can customize the sword's handles, you can match different handles with different, I'm gonna call it tips, the main part of the sword. So handles and the main part of the sword, you can customize those. You can unlock different ones that go into different paths in order to get different variations. Bro, this game has a lot to it. I can't really explain to you the sword customization. Really unique feature, by the way, because again, I don't know too much about it myself. You can also become mages. You can actually become a necromancer. You can summon things, bro. You can summon mobs, and the mobs that you summon have different attributes and stats and different, oh, bro. You guys, like, I sound like this video is gonna be all over the place because I know what I'm talking about, but I don't know how to really explain it, if that makes any sense. And then you could become an Oni, you can use fist combat, and there's a lot to it, bro. There's so much things to this game, and I can't wait for it to actually come out because I had so much fun. I think I only have about 10 to 14 hours actual playtime because I played on stream. I could go back and count it, but I'm a bit lazy. But it's so good. Even bosses, overworld bosses and dungeon bosses, both of them are really good. I enjoyed the frog raid dungeon thingy-majiggy in the swamp area. Very cool, very good. I almost soloed it as a noob as well. I know, I'm that good. The original soundtracks in this game, oh my gosh, the game's OSTs is so good. Usually when you play a lot of games, especially on stream, you need to have music playing in the background, or it just feels like silence. It's just you, your voice, and silence. And I usually hate having that awkward silence in the back, so I always play my own music. But I didn't need to do that with this game because the OST is good and it's all original. It's not copyright. And I love that feeling of just being able to, you go to a different area and the OST changes, the music changes. You're fighting a boss and the music changes. The Void Rift comes to the overworld, the music changes. Blood Moon, music changes. You're in a dungeon, music changes. It was really enjoyable. I'm not gonna lie, everything about this game is actually spot on. Now you might think, oh, I'm hyping it up or I'm gassing it, but think of this, you know, when you find a new game and you really enjoy it. This is not like, oh, I'm promoting a new Roblox anime game. This is a game I never knew about before. I got recommended to play it and I played it for 10 hours straight on stream. What game have I played for 10 hours straight, bro? You know what I'm saying? Without getting bored or forcing myself to play it. Except for like GPO update like 1 and 2, like 3-ish. But it's different. That's different. You know what I mean? This was really fun. I cannot wait to play this game again. And I actually think the only game that's gonna come out in the future that's gonna be similar or have, you know, fun gameplay mechanics to this extent is Pixelbound. You know, Pixelbound gonna have not a similar, but a similar aesthetic. And you know, unfortunately, the developers of Pixelbound are working on different games at the moment. Anime Showdown. So you know, Pixelbound's not coming out anytime soon. But again, we're not even here to talk about that. Voxlblade is a game I do recommend everybody plays when it comes out again. Genuinely. This is one of those underrated games that goes under the radar and bandit beaters will blow up and everyone will play them. You know, cock off our blotters. Everybody needs to try Voxlblade. I promise you, if you actually take the time to learn what the hell you're doing, what the game is, there's no way you don't enjoy it. Anyways, I'm done with my little rant. I'm done with the ramble. Everyone try out Voxlblade. Genuinely fun game. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Peace.